Working on right now, as well as for agent listing. If you go to DMSMS, you will find that. Let me take you over there. It's much more easier for you to understand. Exactly.
All right.
If you have,
you still can share, see our screen, right?
I can still see it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's the same. Projito. I got it.
Okay. Right now, as we have discussed that right now, I have removed lots of user from there, as we have talked previously. So right now, Sherrif and Sherrif Martin, maybe you have created this account?
I added that tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So only these two accounts are there, except that we have removed all the test cases, all the test user, test widget, everything. If you see the list of all user, there is only 3 user right now, as well as if you log in as one of the user, we have discussed about the dashboard of the agent, right? So let me show you about the dashboard. See, it has that types of dashboard which you are asking for, is pending chat, ongoing chat, and closed chat, and pending requests are going to be popped up over here. So they don't need direct.
So this will line up, or how will that look?
I personally I don't like this design better. Before doing any modification, I have to get a confirmation from you. So I have given a basic layout. Now tell me what you want, means how you want it to be, so that we can visualize it. And
the design, the UX and this you have to provide. Like you have to at least guide us through that, because they are not the designers, they are the developers. So they can do anything with coding, but you have to provide the visual effects, like how you want it to look.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the only thing I would say for now, I mean, it's fine with me, but if you could make it line up, at least make it all line up.
Basically, this chat request.
This pending chat request will be lined up with all these 3 buttons, right?
No. Line it up with the first box.
Okay, fine.
Right, there you go. That's it right there.
For now, we are going to do this, okay? Except that we also have removed all the filters from there, as well as ongoing chat have been, this 4 section have been renamed. This section we have already done. So we are in process of completing this milestone, because these tasks are in our milestone. So we are working on it. If you go to our milestone, which we have, now let me show you. This is our milestone for this week.
Right.
almost all of them are near about done, but still those are in testing mode. Means our tester is testing those things. Without his confirmation, we are not going to launch anything out, because previously we've seen that lots of bugs came until still we have fixed, but that's a mess up. So we don't want those types of mess up again. So let me complete this thing up. So maybe tomorrow at the end of the day, I will be give you a confirmation and an update of the whole task. So except that,
Next week.
oh, for the next week. So after completing this task load, we don't have that much of task. But as our document was listing, so let me show you. There are some other. Uh-huh.
Now, what is this information?
Yeah, I have sent you a document, or at the beginning we have sent you a document regarding some issue, means like message log, chat notification, SMS facility. Means if an agent exit the system, is log out from the system, it will the SMS will continue to his phone. These sections are not done, as well as the number porting facility. So should we start working on those things on our next milestone?
Well, no, hold on. So I heard the only thing I understood was the number porting facility, which would be
Let me go to miss one by one. First one is the message log. So for that message log, what we are going to do is going to index out all the message an agent have, as well as the admin can see all the chat list, because those things are not properly segregated. Till now, we can see the message, but those things are not properly segregated, whether they are on the process or whether those chats are resolved. Those things are not clearly done. So we are going to work on it. So that's the first point. Can you please open up the first point? Leave it for now. Have you understand that one? Message.
Well, I understand that. I understand basically, but what you're saying is that the admin cannot open up the logs for each individual agent.
Yeah. He can log and see each individual agent, but as I have checked the codes, there are some error over there. Means there are some issues which will affect later on. Right now, it's not showing any error, but which will affect later on. That's why we want to work on that message log section, so that it would be totally be stable. It would be in a stable condition. That's why we want to work on that.
Okay, so I understand the problem, but I want to talk to you about that. So continue to talk to me about what chat notifications.
Okay. So chat notification is that means still the chat notification is also working. He's in share mode. Still the chat notification is working. Actually, what is happening? If the person is logged out from the system, at that point of time he will receive a notification. If he is logging in into the system, at that point of time he will not receive the notification. So previously we have schemed out like that, but right now every time whenever any message request is coming, all the agent is getting notification in his mobile. So that shouldn't be happening. If the agent is already logged in into the system, at that point of time he will not get the notification. So that's
okay, I understand.
not fixed.
So what you're saying is right now the notifications go to the mobile every time.
Yeah. So we have to
Okay.
fix that thing.
Now, will there be a distinction between actively viewing the account page or log? You know, what I'm saying is there a way to make sure that the agent is actually looking at the web page? Because if they're not looking at it, if it's not basically an active page,
Idle.
then
You're
they
talking about idle.
need to get the notification.
You're talking about an idle, means suppose he have logged into the system, but he is browsing to other websites and doing something
Correct.
else, like that.
Correct.
Means if he's idle in his screen, so for that we need a time duration. Means if he's idle for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, at that point of time we are going to we are going to send him a message in mobile. If he is not idle, he is right now in his screen. At that point of time, we will not send him any notification, right?
Right.
That
Right.
will work. Okay, fine. Fine. So we'll work on that.
But so anyway, that right now, like I want to make sure that what you're saying is the SMS notifications are going out for every message, even if they're logged in.
Yeah.
Okay. Those two things are not as big a deal so far
Okay.
as a functional platform. Because right now that what you're describing with the chat notifications is it's over functioning, like it's sending too much, which I would rather it do that than not send any at all. I want to make sure that it's going to be annoying in regards to how well it functions and not it doesn't function at all. I'd rather focus on the functions instead of resolving something that is kind of hyper functioning or overly notifying.
Yeah, I got it, but
So those things, and also the message logs are only on the super admin side. Is that true?
yeah.
Yes. So that's definitely something I want to address, but I definitely think there are things that I consider a higher priority.
See, Sherrif, and that's totally fine with me. But actually, we have completed the basic structure, means the basic functionality of this whole platform. Near about the completing functionality of the whole platform, like sending SMS, getting SMS, getting a notification, creating agent, creating department, assigning agent to a different department. Those things are done. That's why those milestones are complete. We need to test, means we need a confirmation from your side that whether those sections, which is the core logic or the primary logic of this whole platform, is done or not. If those primary logics are done, then we are near about completing this section, except these 5 or 6 points which we are still remain.
Okay. Okay, then let me just mention or show you one thing that doesn't seem to be functioning. Maybe you can either show me why it's not functioning. Can you go back to the platform, please?
Yeah.
And then this is go log in as one of the. Well, actually, you can log in as the super admin. Actually, I think it breaks in super admin. One of the problems I saw just today, which was because I created that new account, as you saw.
Yeah.
And go ahead and go to the menu and then go to create agent.
Create agent.
Okay, so you have here, and you're going to type in the admin and go ahead and go to Marty, and then go ahead and choose that, and then you have choose, and then there's nothing else.
Because
Like why is there no agent information? There's no fields for name, number, email.
actually, if you didn't create any department, then you will not get the rest portion over. If you create the department, then you will choose a department, then you will get the rest part. Because agent without a department cannot exist in the system.
Okay.
That's our structure.
But that's not. I don't think that's intuitive to the point of, like, it doesn't say, like the user is not guided through that process. So there has to be some kind of indication of steps, I guess. I don't know how to demonstrate that in that view without just giving them an error. Like, for example, if they don't choose a department and they click submit, or they don't choose a department and submit straight out, the other fields, it's not obvious to me anyway, and I don't think it's going to be obvious to a user who's going to be filling this out, that they need to continue.
Okay, so you don't need that segregation over here. Means after creating department, after choosing any department, only then they will fill up the form. You don't need that. You need all the field to be there, and if they didn't choose any department, then we will give him an error or something like that.
Correct. Because, like I said, if they don't, like, I didn't understand that. There was no way for me to indicate that was going to give me the next step. You know what I mean? There was no text saying you have to do this to get to the rest. And it has to be, you have to distinguish that it's not just a phone number, they have to use the mobile number.
That should be mobile number, right?
Correct.
Fine.
So basically, he needs all this fields.
All this field at that at the
As
first.
soon as you choose an agent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
If you didn't choose any department at that point of time, we are going to give him, actually they cannot able to create the submit button.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, for example, like I said, if there was a completely different interface where they were just shown like create agent, and then you just showed a pop-up, like a pop-up list like this, and so they just went through pop-ups.
Means you don't need this page. Means if somebody click on create agent, not getting it.
Sherrif, you there? Sherrif?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we couldn't hear you actually.
Yeah.
So we can,
okay.
We can elaborate it again, please.
But you see what I mean? It's not just for example. I didn't notice that that if that was the process. Like I said, if the interface would have been done in a way that they choose create agent and then they get a pop up, then they were forced to type in the admin for the agent, and then they got another pop up saying department for the agent and another pop up, and just that would have forced me through that process. But because I only had two options just laid out, I didn't never get to the point of first name, last name, email, and phone number or mobile number.
Yeah, I got it. But actually, to do that, we have to change the whole structure of this page. Means we have to change lots of things. It's near about creating this whole agent section and create agent section from the beginning. If you have to do that thing which you are saying right now, but we can do one thing. We can just keep all those fields, whatever it's here. Whenever somebody click on the create agent, he will see all the fields. If you click on any of departments, you will see all the fields. But if he didn't choose any departments, then if you click on the submit button, he will be pinged with please fill up the department or please choose a department to proceed further. Or if you didn't fill up the phone number, it will give you notification please fill up the phone number to proceed further. Some information like that.
You're talking,
Yeah.
right?
Not
Something because, like I said, it's not intuitive. It doesn't make it. It doesn't because the fields are right there. Like when you're filling out a form, I mean, people are conditioned to have the form, all the fields on their form.
Okay, fine.
The way you're describing it is more like a pop-up situation where you should pop up the information that the user needs to provide. But because there's no pop-ups, it doesn't intuitively demonstrate to me that all I need to do is fill out 2 bits of information, then everything else populates.
Okay. So we are keeping this thing up and keeping all the form fields for now. Okay. And later on, if you need that changes, we will retweak the whole agent section to create the agent section. That would be much more better.
Oh, no, it's okay. If you just leave it all the way, if you leave it so everybody sees this and then they just get an error when they click submit, or you just leave the submit button grayed out. It doesn't. Or you can just say, like I said, when somebody tries to click on a grade submit button, you remind them, hey, you forgot the department section.
Okay. Okay. That would be a better. Right. Right.
So but also, what I'm also interested in is making sure that these are all designed. All these pages are designed for mobile adaptive, or what do you call it? It's called what's that thing called? A mobile responsive.
Yeah, I
so
think
when you
this is the mobile responsive.
Yeah, this is the mobile responsive one.
Okay, good. Because one page, the dashboard does not respond. It just basically smashes the blocks. It does not stack them like that. See how that's stacked? Instead of stacking them, it just smashes them together. Makes everything smaller.
Okay, you want this admin to be in one row, agent in another, department in another.
Well, I want them to all be on top of each other and just be longer, I guess, because so you can see the text a little bit better.
Okay, fine. So
So admins would be on top, agents and departments and widgets would be on the bottom.
actually,
They'd be all longer. They'd be filling the whole page, the whole row.
actually, the design have been made like that so that it would keep the constant space over there. Because if we keep those whole thing up one after one after one, then it would not look that much good. That's why we keep it. Fine. If
Doesn't
so,
it make doesn't it make the labels, like the admin labels, small?
okay.
Can you go to the iPad view?
iPad.
Okay, the text is the same. Okay, I thought it might be bigger if it got bigger. Okay, I guess you're right. It doesn't matter because the text doesn't get any bigger.
We can make this. If he wants
Yeah.
text bigger, then
Yeah.
we can make this
Do you want the
bigger.
text to be bigger, or do you want that each information tab should be stay in a single row?
Where's the information? Yeah, the information doesn't matter, that little arrow, but yeah, maybe the text would be nice to be bigger just so it filled the space a little bit more. The admin, the label underneath the number. So 2 admins bigger, the label admins bigger.
Right.
Okay.
So this label, admins, agents,
Yeah, and
departments,
more
agents,
info,
and
this
more
thing.
info, then
Yeah,
make
that
the
would be
text
good.
bigger.
Yeah.
That look good.
Fine. So
I think when I was looking at the mobile version of the, like, even in view, that whole section, the dashboard not as much, but if you go to any other page, you go to like the admin or agent or admins, whichever one. Okay, now this is a bigger problem in the mobile view because everything gets smashed and it doesn't respond. See, I created, here's a question we could talk about because it's in my next list of screenshots that I'm going to send you.
yeah.
There's a company information. Okay, we've always used the company before, but we've always created the company, or we always created the account from the super admin. But when I was creating an account from the login screen, so I was basically using the sign up form, there was no company name. And I was thinking, maybe the company name's not so important because all we need to do is identify it as an account. But that might be important enough. I don't know. I'd have to get your input on that, which is there's no company when they sign up. It's just not there. It's not even, the field is not there in the first place.
As well as you cannot able to edit company from your profile also. Means if you are an admin, you cannot able to edit your company names also. Only super admin can do that. So that's
So what I'm getting at is, though, does it matter?
okay.
I mean, because the company is an easy way. The only thing I think a company, that company information or that field is important, is to be able to find the account faster. It's just an easy way to find the account right now. But it also could be we just use the phone number to identify the account, or we identify, I guess, the first or the last name to identify the account.
But to remember a phone number is not a good option. To remember a company name is a very good option because you can remember a company name better than a number.
Okay, then we have to add the company in the sign up form.
Yeah, then we are going to add that. That's a better option because we need a company, because it's much more easier to understand or identify something. And
yes, it is easier to search for it for sure. Okay, then just please add it to the sign up page. All right, so moving on then. So when we look at the mobile view of like a page like this, this whole top X section, which says admin list, and the breadcrumbs, you can totally take that away. It doesn't make any difference, and it only just takes up a lot of space and pushes everything down. So you already have admin list as a label right there in the field in the table.
Okay.
Right. Breadcrumbs needs to be removed
from everywhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. Every no page needs to have the breadcrumbs. No page needs to have the admin list label above the breadcrumbs, because I think the menu is so simple. You don't need breadcrumbs.
Okay, fine.
So remove this portion also, right? Remove this.
No, admin list.
Exactly. Yeah, just to bring everything up to the top. I want everything to bring up to the top as high as it can go, so it fills out that space, or it doesn't waste space, especially for the mobile view.
Okay, fine.
Okay. And so we need a scroller here so that
Yeah,
you can
the
scroll
scroll.
because this is maximum.
Well, is there a way around this because of the? I guess yeah. There's no other way around it. You have to have a scroll
You
bar.
have to
The
give a
scroller.
scroller because otherwise you cannot just like move the screen. You just like, oh, yeah, you just scroll.
Yeah, there is a scroll.
But also the Twilio, that SSI, that SID, the Twilio SID is not. We're in the super admin, right?
Yeah,
The Twilio SID would be nice. That doesn't need to be there. But if when you go into the edit, then it should be in the edit view, not in the list view.
okay. In this view, we are not going to use it.
Correct. It just takes up too much space.
But it's much more easier to identify that as you are a super admin. It's much more easier to identify which number you are searching for, because so it will be-
Well, it should be in the edit. I don't need it here. I mean, I don't even know. It's too much. It's too many numbers. I mean, why would I ever search for that?
okay, fine. So Twilio SID number will be removed, right?
I would I mean, wouldn't the SID be associated to the phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I only need the phone number.
Okay. Fine.
But I do want that information in the edit, which is obviously not there as you just saw. But it needs to be in the edit section.
So basically, you want this column to be removed from this list, right?
Admin list.
Correct. Because
when you
the
go
phone number is the same. I mean, basically the SID for the Twilio SID and the phone number are the same association, right? They're the same thing.
But in edit screen, in admin edit screen, you cannot able to edit Twilio number, Twilio SID or secret key, because Twilio SID and secret key are provided in a different segment.
Oh, that's fine. I just don't want to see it. I only want to see
admin details.
like the most relevant information.
Okay.
So I would want that Twilio SID to be the Twilio DID.
It will be removed. Fine.
No, but replace it with the DID, not the SID.
DID.
You see what I mean? So you use the Twilio 10-digit number, the 10-digit phone number.
Got it.
Okay. So the Twitter phone number will be here, right? And
Yes, please.
edit skin, you don't need any more information here, right?
No, I just want the Twilio information there. I want I don't want to be able to edit it. You're right. I don't want to be able to edit it, but I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to see the Twilio DID and SID.
Fine.
Okay. So
Right
here
at the
you
bottom.
here we'll just add those fields, but it will be like you cannot edit it. It's
Correct. Yeah, make it uneditable, or you can maybe put an edit link to link it back to the Twilio page. You know, the Twilio section.
Okay, fine.
Okay. And here there is already a scroller, so I think you don't need anything else for the mobile view.
No, yeah, you're right.
Okay. Because it's already
So
responsive.
I'm going to add this task till now in our next milestone, okay? Because this milestone is totally filled up. Means we cannot able to add any more tasks. At that point of time, the task will be not properly addressed. And each and every task to be properly addressed.
Sure.
Right?
Anything else like you want to bring up, like to our attention, like which didn't you tried but you saw something and you
No, that was the only thing because I got stuck right there. I couldn't continue with the test because I couldn't add an agent because of that the misunderstanding there. Without
Fine.
I got stuck.
Fine, we will
without
do
seeing the
that.
fields.
We will do that. So let's continue on the next week milestone because I have to segregate those tasks. Phone number portability, should we start SMS facility? We have already talked about. He said that thing is not needed right now. We will retweak it later on.
okay.
But number portability, because that number portability needs some timing, because Twilio doesn't port a number within 1 day or 2 days. It takes minimum 2 to 3 days.
Yes. The only thing that needs to happen here now, so basically this number porting function will be automated, right?
Yeah, obviously. You have to give
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So that doesn't need to happen because more importantly, I want to be able to assign any number.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I wanted to change a number in Twilio, I would want to be able to deliberately grab a number from. Uh, so let me put it a different way. I already have a list of numbers in Twilio. So in theory, I'd want to assign one of those numbers to any account I want. That would be a function I would want right away, not so much the porting.
Means
Uh,
you already have some numbers. You already have some numbers in Twilio, and you want to
right.
assign those numbers to one of the widgets or some of the widgets, right?
Correct. Correct.
That's a different question. Over here, what we are saying that suppose you have a number of AT&T or Vodafone or any of the
Exactly. Oh no, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that what I'm describing as far as manually changing a number that I already have or is more important because let's say it's a new customer and I want to give them a vanity number. I want to give them a more attractive number. I would want to be able to have that function.
see
Also,
for that you have to understand that how Twilio works actually. If you are going what and how our platform is working with Twilio. Whenever you are adding your Twilio credential, any numbers you have in Twilio, you can assign any number from there. If that number is not assigned previous to any of the numbers, but you cannot get any number from a different account and assign it to your account, because to make a call we need the your Twilio account SID as well as that phone number. Those two parameters will make the call. Without that parameter, it will not make the call. You got it? Or
okay, so is there any way of getting an existing number to be placed in a widget?
existing number in Twilio, or
Right.
then you have to reassign that admin with the SID of that account.
Okay, so that's possible to do within the Twilio backend then.
Then you have to change the whole sub-admin number, means sub-admin Twilio credentials. Means
Is
you
that
are
is that okay?
asking.
But is that possible? Is that possible right now
No,
with?
it's not possible. It's not possible anyhow, because if you have a super account who have 5 numbers, that number will may associate it with the sub accounts. But you have a super account of a different number and you are trying to grab numbers from another Twilio account. It's not possible because you are asking number from a different account which will not match the Twilio credentials.
No, I understand, but couldn't you assign what you're describing is you're talking about a DID and assigning it to another SSID? Is that or
Yeah,
SID rather?
yeah,
No.
yeah, exactly. That's not possible.
Oh, it's not.
Twilio will not allow it. We can allow it, but Twilio will not allow it.
So Twilio is a limitation of the Twilio
Yeah,
platform.
limitation of Twilio platform. It's not a limitation. Actually, by their process, it's proper, because why should one user can grab the number of another user? That's their criteria of or rules or whatever you say.
I mean, because I would want to give it to them. I would want to let them use that number. But you're saying that that's just not the way it is.
You can do one thing while you're choosing a number. Means while you're creating a number, if you want to create a vanity number, over there we can give you some option by which you can create some vanity number. We will provide you a list of number. From there you will choose one of the numbers which you think that that number is very good or it looks good. At that point of time it's much more easier for you to understand about it, because you can grab more numbers, or you can get a whole list of numbers and you can choose one of the numbers from there. Suppose you create a widget. At that point of time, after creating the widget, you will say that I want a number which contain 007. at the end, or
Yes.
006 at the end, like that.
Yes.
If you give that, it will show you a list of numbers to choose from, right? Uh, and in that process, you will see lots of numbers, and you will select from that list any one of the numbers.
Okay. So for example, in my own situation, I have a particular number I would have to port in. I'd have to, well, let's go through the real world example then. Would I have to go, I'd have to create myself an account, create an admin account for myself, then create a widget, and then port in the number to that SID.
Okay. Can you please? I didn't get it properly. Can you please again re-explain?
Well, I'm describing that I have a number. I already have a number that it's not in Twilio right now, but I want to use it for my own business.
Yeah.
On the platform that we're creating right now. So I would have to create my account. I'd have to create a widget, and then I would have to port a number to that widget or port a number to that SID.
Yeah. That can be done. Means suppose you have a number from Vodafone or any service provider, that number Twilio can port to your widget, or Twilio can port to your SID. That number can be happened. That thing can easily be happened.
But I can't use another number that's already on my Twilio account to another SID.
No, directly it's not possible. Then we have to go through lots of things.
Oh, I see. And it's all in Twilio's backend.
Let me show you one thing. Let's assume this.
Yeah.
This is one of our platform called TIP. Okay. So over here, we can purchase any number. Just click on the buy number and give a region.
Suppose NY.
Okay.
And
submit it.
Or maybe I'm just giving it more. Area code
812. Okay. Now you will get a list of numbers. See, there are lots of lists of numbers, and you can choose any number from there, and that number will be ported to your widget order. That number will be mapped to you.
Or if you actually that was region, right? So if you can see all
type of region.
Okay, so where would this be? Where would this this particular function that you're showing me? Where would this exist in the SMS platform, the TM SMS platform?
It doesn't exist. It's just
No. I said where would it? Where would you put it?
Means when you will create a widget. Let me show you.
You have to stop the share.
Yeah, that's what I'm stop sharing. Let me show you. When you will create a widget, suppose let me create a widget. Yeah, this is a widget. Okay. So over here you see that area code.
Yeah.
That's the area code we are talking about. We can add more thing over here, like area code, suitable number, means you want 007 or 001 in your number, or anything like that, or some area
like
specific number.
Yeah, your preference.
Yeah, those things you can provide it over here. After filling up these things, okay, when you click submit, the form will not be submitted. The form will show you a list of all the numbers you can have.
Yes.
Right beneath the submit button or right above the submit button. It will show you the list of numbers, and you can choose one of the numbers. You can choose only one number from there. Okay.
Right.
And once selected, that number you will buy for this widget.
Right. Okay. Fine. So, and then there's also an option to change. Then we could have them change the number if they wanted to.
Yeah, obviously. For that, again, you have to remove that number and reassign another number. So for that also we need some options, right?
But it'll basically be the same environment, the same section right here.
Obviously.
Okay. Great. Okay, so that sounds great. Now, but to go beyond that, the website URL will, if they gave the website URL, the widget, where's the code that would come out, that would populate?
Let me show you the widget. Suppose this is a widget. See, this is a script.
Oh, there's the snippet. Okay, so they would just go there and
You
you put
haven't-
that in.
Yeah.
Where would it go in the? Is it there's no there should be instructions on where to place this. Does it matter where it is placed?
Yeah,
You should be placing it inside the HTML code inside the body tag.
In the body. Okay. Can you put a little italics to describe that?
Yeah, you can just put it as a note here.
We will give an info note over there.
No, here you just put
Exactly.
a note.
Yeah,
Here
info.
in this under the section, you just put that where you have to actually put.
Okay, fine.
Exactly. That'd be helpful there. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Obviously.
Okay, so I understand that. So yeah, I don't the porting and all that. I guess it's more important than I thought because, like you're describing, there's a limitation in Twilio to take DIDs and assign them to any SID.
So
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be more important. Then yeah, we need that.
So should we work on that section also? Means what I have described to you.
Yeah, the porting and I'd really like to have this widget section be more flexible with the DIDs that they're able to access.
Okay. So the number list will be there as well as the porting will be also there. Means you will give a number
Yes.
and request that this number will be ported to that one. But
Yes.
suppose you have created a widget, right? You have created a widget today, and Twilio will take minimum 2 to 3 days to port that number to Twilio account, right? For these
Right.
2 to 3 days, which number will you use?
Correct. Right. That's what they need.
Yeah. So for that, should that widget be blocked till 2 days, or a replacement number will be placed at that point of time? What do you mean?
Yeah, I think they should. Yeah, definitely they should have a temporary number, and then once their number gets ported in, abandon the temporary number.
Okay. So for porting or any number assignment, we will give the number list, right? You
Yes.
will take one of the number and also put a porting request that this number I want to port to Twilio also, right?
Correct.
And for now, the number you have chosen from Twilio is going to use in your widget, and after as a temporary number, after 2 or 3 days,
when the number will be ported,
yeah,
then
that number will be replaced by your ported number, and that will be automatically done. Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
So you just show a notification like whenever he's putting a request for the porting. So you just show him some pop-up or some kind of information. Hey, for now this number will be used for as your temporary number until your porting.
Yeah, we will show it over there because in the list, when we are showing the widget list, if you let me show you the widget list. Over here we are showing the number, right?
So
and over here another column will be added, the ported number, and just beside this we will show that it's a temporary number, which will easily identify that it's a temporary number and this number will be ported. And later on, when the number will be ported, this number will be changed to the original ported number, and this number will go on. It will be from here. Okay. Fine.
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah. So this thing will be in our next milestone. Yeah. So then our next milestone is going to be huge. It's going to take some time. Yeah. No issue. No issue. That's all. Anything else, Sherrif, from my end? I have to know.
Well, I do have it's a less of a concern, but it is a. I don't see when I'm creating widgets, I don't see them being created under my Twilio account. Like when we're testing this, I don't see.
Yeah, actually, we see when we are testing the whole thing up. As you have already seen that each day we are hitting near about 20 to 30 SMS each day. So till now we are using super admin account, and all the widgets have been created with our account. So whenever you need, or if you tell me or give me the Twilio credentials, we will change to that. As well as we need the Twilio credential with us, because we need to check the whole message section, how the message is going. Is there any error or any debugging is needed on that? We need that. So we cannot able to do it from your account. Yeah, because We are not.
Well, I've already given
Yeah,
John developer access, but I don't know. I thought Roy did it a while ago, but apparently he didn't because I'm not getting any.
That invite link doesn't work.
that invite link it's not, like has expired or something happened because we tried to click in that link and it's showing that it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So either you have to send us a new link which will provide us a developer access, or either you have to send your like Twilio credentials basically.
Can I create,
We
because
have
it's,
to log in.
I have it on my list of people invited. I don't think I can delete it. I can't remove an
You
invite.
cannot remove, but those invitation exist for some time. Okay. After that time, it will expire. Then you have to re-invite those people.
That's why it's better that if you can actually give us
Yeah,
like, your
the
Twilio
credentials.
credentials, because you have to be log into your Twilio account and actually see the logs that what's happening from there, we are getting responses or not. So we have to check thoroughly from Twilio also, from Twilio side also. So like that invite link, it actually stays active for some amount of time, and then after that it gets expired. So after that we cannot access it anymore. So even if we are clicking on that same link, right now it's showing us that it doesn't exist.
Actually,
Well, where I see that's the problem. That's why I don't. I was trying to give you guys access because I don't know what I'm supposed to be giving you. I don't know if I'm supposed to give you sub account information.
user ID and password.
Twilio user ID and password.
Just a moment. Okay, I see sub accounts here. I see. Well, yeah, I do see the Marty account. It did show up, but yeah, I do see a lot of accounts here. So the Marty account did show up.
Marty account show up, but we haven't created Marty account.
I did.
Yeah, you created, but
it's using our Twilio.
yeah, we are using our Twilio account. Then how it will be mapped to your account?
There's something must be something wrong because it did automatically create a sub account under my Twilio account.
This is the main account, right? Super admin, this is the main account. Under that, this sheriff@marty.cn will be created. Hold on, let me check.
He can also share his screen.
Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I see it.
And what to look like.
There is a usage on work plus test 3 C admin at tier5.us. There's usage there.
Yeah.
And there's also usage on new after login 656 at mailinator.com.
Mailinator.com. Okay, let me check. Let me go through. Can you confirm that this is the SID account?
No, it's not. It's totally different.
And
Oh no, sorry. Let me look. I'm looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the Marty, and you're looking at the admin, super admin. Just one second. Where would I go? I look at a summary.
no, go to the super admin. Means over here you will go to John Vaughn or go to your account.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now go to the dashboard.
Oh, go to dashboard. Okay.
See over here you are seeing some account.
Yes, that's the right. Yeah, that SID is correct. Yes.
Okay, then we are using your account. We have updated.
All right. Now, when you have sub accounts, you cannot delete them though. It's going to be a disaster. Twilio said I cannot delete these sub accounts.
You can delete your sub account.
Yeah, I have like all these not all of them. I have probably 5 sub accounts that don't make any sense.
Yeah, let me show you. You just see my screen. Okay. Suppose this is a sub account with XXX. I don't know what it is. Okay.
Right.
This is a settings icon where I can disable or all those things. You can do it. Yes. Let me check.
So just to say, just keep disabling all these accounts that I don't use.
Just 1 minute. Let us check first.
You use it first.
Just do the view sub accounts first.
We can view that, but you cannot delete.
No, we can't just.
You cannot delete that.
Yeah, I don't think you can because I've accidentally created an account a long time ago and they said you cannot delete them.
Previously we deleted lots of accounts. Okay, let me go through it. Let me check it because we can delete accounts because we can mistakenly create lots of accounts.
Exactly.
Then why we cannot able to delete those? Okay, let me check on it and I will get back to you on that.
Sure, that'd be great just for future reference to clean up this sub account section. But anyway, yeah, I think
Okay,
the way you're adding the
actually,
the
actually,
tasks.
what we have done previously is through code we have deleted those accounts. Okay,
Oh, I see.
now I remember. Through code we have deleted.
Yeah, see, you can see you can see it here. Permanently close a sub account. So you have to write this.
Yeah, so we can update that. Okay, yeah.
But as a sheriff, how sheriff will delete his sub account?
Yeah, why can't he? If you give me those account credentials,
Then you.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just hit a code that will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I give you the SSIDs and the account name.
Yeah. It's better if you can just give us your 2 credentials, then we can just take care of everything.
Not now, later on, maybe on next week you will give us and we will remove all the widget, all those things up, and we can test it thoroughly. Means in front of you while you are in call, we can test the whole thing up so that everything goes properly. At that point of time, we will update the sub account number, and we will have each and every test case to be run up. Right? That would be much more preferred. Means for this week
Okay.
and the next week we will need that this account to test everything up. Okay, yeah. Anything else, Sherrif?
No, I think that's it. Just I was going to talk to either John or I don't know John's wife's name.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, hold on a bit. Okay, Sherrif.
Hello.
Sheriff was looking for you.
I'm right here. What's up?
Yeah, John is here. Sheriff?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, John is here.
Oh, John, I was just trying to get some response from you guys in regards to the invoicing so we can move forward and I can catch up with you guys on those payments.
What type of response what are you looking for? What type of response are you looking for there?
Well, just so you can reevaluate the invoicing that was going on so I can understand.
For 4 weeks, so when you want to start paying me again?
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to get resolved so we can move forward.
Well, I haven't bugged you about payment. You haven't paid me for 4 weeks. When you want to start paying me again? You think you should start paying me now? You want me to work for another 10 weeks for free?
No, that's what I'm asking you about.
Okay, so what are your thoughts about it?
Well, I was hoping for you to respond in regards to what the invoicing should be because I had been billed for 30 hours, or give or take a few hours, around 30 hours for the developers, and then the 5 hours for the oversight. And the oversight was the biggest part of that discrepancy. And it seemed like you understood what I was talking about when we last spoke, and now you sound like you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about. The oversight, the oversight wasn't happening personally for me. It was happening for my wife. But I know what you're talking about 100%, and that's why I'm asking you. That's why we've just been working instead of me saying, hey, Sherrif, you haven't paid me for 4 weeks. I'm not doing any more work. So you tell me what you're comfortable with, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't understand. That was, it was you were leaving it in my hands to make that proposal to you.
If you make a fair decision, then yes, of course, I want you to be happy and satisfied. Obviously, that's why I haven't said anything about it. So you tell me. I've just been working away, still invoicing you. So, whatever you think's fair, man. I know I've talked to my wife, and she said that she's been doing oversight on it, and she feels that she's billed you accurately and everything. But like I said, I want you to be happy and satisfied. So, you tell
Well,
me.
like I said, I just don't think that. I mean, my idea about what oversight would be to have those problems that were existing for so much of July, and maybe even I don't remember, but definitely it was July where nothing was really moving forward, and I certainly wasn't like you thought I was. I understood how to follow or track the progress, and I hadn't been able to do that either. So I think that was part of the oversight too, which was keeping me in the loop, or at least explaining to me how I was supposed to be engaging the developers directly. And so a lot of those things were going missing.
Right.
And so that's where I think that the oversight, when search functions aren't working, and when these things, if I go through, like I said, the screenshots that I was sending over, and things like this, I'm just a little caught off guard, because I thought you were going to have something to talk about in regards to this invoicing, because I definitely want to get back on track. So if you give me, with this in mind, if I can give you a proposal, can I give you one tomorrow?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And I will. Would you prefer to email it, or would you prefer me to tell you about it while we're going over the paperwork together?
That's up to you. Either way is fine with me.
Okay. What's your best email? Is it just is it the John at Think Vaughn, or is it something else?
Yeah, John, I think Vaughn's fine.
Okay. Because I want to get back on track. I don't like the idea that you guys are proceeding. I appreciate very much that you're proceeding. I just had thought that you were going to come back with something. I will come back to you tomorrow, and we can settle it, and we can go forward.
Okay, cool. Sounds good, man.
All right. Thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.